What's up people, Columbo here, and time for a totally not obvious clothes change. Today we're looking at a game called Shadowverse. An online card game with 7 different classes known as crafts. And much like the colours in Magic the Gathering and the classes from Hearthstone, these crafts offer a different variety of ways to play. No, it's not really the only way it takes inspiration from some of the games. I mean, there's an ability called Storm, which is basically charge. There's an ability called Fanfare, which is a battle cry. There's an ability called Last Words, which is Death Rattle. And there's Ward, which is Taunt. Yeah, there's others as well. You also start with 1 mana and gain a mana every turn. I mean, if these things sound familiar, you're not alone. But not everything is exactly the same as Hearthstone. There is a hell of a lot less RNG based in the game. There's no random cards that appear out of nowhere. And in fact, the vast majority of any RNG comes from what cards you draw in what turn, and cards that add random cards from your deck to your hand. There's also a mechanic called Evolve, which if you go first you can do twice a game, if you go second you can do it 3 times a game. Basically, a creature changes to a better version of itself, and sometimes abilities trigger when things evolve, but not very often. Now, I don't want to get too much into the mechanics of the game because I want this to be an overall review of the game, not just how it plays. So if you're looking for that, you're going to have to look elsewhere. Now, when I freshly started the game, there was a very nice introduction to the game. It taught me the rules very well, and even though there's not much animation in the cutscenes do have pretty good voice acting overall. I mean, there are some pretty bad ones.
On an adventure, do you want to be part of it? You can be the person who gets killed.
But overall I was very happy with it, and it is something missing from certain card games recently where they don't really have a single player campaign. This has quite an extensive one. There's an arena mode, very much like Hearthstone. The way the arena done is a bit different. You have to select from 2 pairs of cards, and those 2 go in your deck, the other 2 get discarded, and you keep repeating until you've reached the 40 card maximum. It offers a lot of different ways that you have to think about the cards that you want to select, because not all of them are going to be amazing together and going to fill out your curve well. It's complicated, but I like it. The loading times for finding people can be a bit long now and again, but not very often. And overall the aesthetic is very reminiscent of the PlayStation 2 era, I would say, of like Japanese role-playing games. And I know that can be quite the turn-off for some people. I mean, some of the female art is ridiculous. Now, actually, both kind of ridiculous. The females range from cute little chibi girls, which are very reminiscent of like Cardfight Vanguard, and again reminiscent of Cardfight Vanguard women that just, yeah. And the guys, they kind of just look like they're straight from Gears of War, let's face it. I know that aesthetic isn't for everyone. I mean, some people enjoy it. If you like it, you like it. I appreciate how much effort has been put into this game. You can tell there's been a lot of effort put into it. The art is quite beautiful in places, and even if you don't appreciate the look of a specific card, you can tell a lot of effort has been put into drawing it. It's not just terrible looking. There's also these beautifully animated backgrounds that look really nice when the game starts and it zooms into the arena. I really like that. Now, in terms of how free to play the game is, it's pretty damn reasonable. When I freshly started the game, I got a lot of free packs. I had 16 of the original pack, and the new pack that apparently had come out recently, I got 20 of that. So I had a lot of cards to get at the start. Everything that you can buy with real money is pretty reasonable on the price, and if you don't want to buy things, you can just grind everything out. You also start with free tickets to play the arena at the start, and obviously the more you get 5 games in arena and the more you win, the better prizes you get there. You get prizes for doing quests that it gives you, which are called missions in this, sorry. You get rewards for doing the missions it gives you, you've got achievements that give you rewards, you've got leveling up bonuses, daily rewards for just logging in. There's aesthetics like card backs and stuff and new heroes that you need to buy for cash only, but obviously that is just totally aesthetic. There's no pay to win aspect there. Obviously, one major flaw you have to kind of think about is it's not got all the advertising that things like Hearthstone have behind it, and even Magic the Gathering Online. Obviously there's going to be less people playing this, and there's not much in terms of a competitive scene other than climbing the ranked ladder. But if you want to play for fun, and you don't mind just playing to rank up, like a lot of people who play Hearthstone do, and me included, I don't ever think I'm going to be going to some tournament anytime soon, then this game is perfectly fine to play like that. Things that you have to take into account, obviously, if you mind that a lot of inspiration has obviously been taken from Hearthstone, there is definitely changes here that are worthy of attention. I very much like the evolve mechanic. I like how different each class plays. I mean, in certain games like Magic for instance, there's a lot of times where you're going to be playing very similar playstyles even though you're changing, and this, like, the forest craft style is play guys that give you extra fairies in your hand. You play these fairies, they won't cost 1/1s, and you get cards that give you abilities to the amount of cards you've played before them this turn. The Dragoncraft deck, which is the deck I've been playing, is ramp, all druid style, but it also has things kind of similar to Warrior, where it does damage to things and kills things that have taken damage. The passive ability the Dragoncraft player has is all called Overflow, and if you have 7 mana or more, it turns on some of your cards, so there's a reason to ramp even if you're playing this damagey style. The Necromancer girl, she has a passive ability called Shadow, which builds Shadow up over time, and you spend it. There's one girl that's all about amulets, which are like artifacts which you put them into play and you make them count down over the turns, and once they hit 0, they do things. So of the 7 crafts, everything feels very differently when you're playing them. I would definitely say if you're looking for some single player experience, I would play this. I don't think I've had a better single player experience in a card game in a long time, especially a free to play one. So overall I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's a free-to-play game that has had a lot of work put into it. I can appreciate the amount of detail that's gone into it, even if I don't really like the aesthetic a lot of the time. They need to just keep up with this. If they keep bringing out packs and they keep up with the competitive scene, then it's definitely going to keep going up in my ranks. The rates in the store are good, the amount of stuff it gives you for free and helps you boost into the game at the start is really good. The only thing that will probably ever stop it being a full-on 10 out of 10 is the fact that there's just not as many people playing this competitively as there is with online card games. But for now I'm pretty sure a solid 8 out of 10 is justifiable. I mean, a lot of people are going to go to this game that want the single player experience, that don't want to play with people online. There are people like that out there, and people that do want to play with other people online. There's definitely some competitive scene going on here, but there's definitely not enough. I mean, my first game I was rank 0 versus a rank 400 and something, and I gained 1 rank for winning. Like, it's not the best, but it's there at least. I mean, I didn't take too long to find an opponent. So with a few negatives in mind, I still would definitely recommend playing this game. One more thing. Originally I was going to record a totally different video for my first video, but I didn't want my first video to be nothing but negative, and it's kind of all I can get from the next game I'm going to be reviewing, so look forward to that one.
You make it look so easy. It's like you were born for this.